Hello everyone, this is Black Bear Senpai speaking, and this weekend, the weekend of January 7th, 2023, I got to go to the Neon Woods event, which was held by Mike Check Events at the Johnson Ranch. Right here should be the promo, and it was a pretty dope scene, and I wish I had a longer video ready for you, but the weather kind of took away our chances of that. So I'll get into explaining that, but first I want to talk about the great times that we had. However, before we even get into that, I just want to go ahead and say thank you to anyone who helped make what time we did get to have out there not only palatable, but dare I say comfortable, especially with it being the first time for camping for a lot of people there. I think that outside of what would happen with the weather, it was a pretty enjoyable thing. I don't think it was too hard out there. I think that they were supportive of the people who did decide to stay, and I'm also glad they were so forthright about giving us the information to be able to make decisions for ourselves whether or not we wanted to stay for the entire event, which is going to be an all-night event, or to be able to leave to beat the flooding. So I'm sure you kind of get an idea about what weather came to kind of disrupt the fun and activities. But enough of that, I'm going to get into it. It's not all doom and gloom, as you can see in the video. It was a pretty damn good time. Just, Mother Nature had a different idea. But yes, again, thank you, Mike Check Events, for footing the bill for a lot of the things that we got to do out there. But yeah, let's get into the video. Peace.
Oh, say hi for the camera.
Hola, camera. Como estamos? Muy bien, motherfuckers.
All right.
Fucking white bitches tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my video starts here with me and my group getting ready to go ahead and drive out to Cleveland, Texas. So we're based out in Houston. So the drive wasn't going to be too long because of how close we were to the grounds, but it was long enough to be able to get a couple of shots, kind of how I did with the Galveston trip. And what was very interesting about this was, with us camping, we had, everything was packed full and everything like that. But again, just being so close to be able to just kind of back out of it and go home would end up being a lifesaver, but also it just kind of made things easier about as far as getting everything ready and having different plans going out there. And I would implore people to have that even if there wasn't weather, because you can never tell out in nature what could happen, which is why I do enjoy the idea of Neon Woods, because it gives a different feel to something that we're all so used to, and I think it is worth trying if you ever do get the chance. Once we do get to the grounds, I of course pop the camera out and start seeing them set everything up, and I just saw how hard they worked to try to get it to be the event that they wanted it to be. Of course, the impending rain made them course correct, and they brought it into a more closed off venue. But the original idea for the Neon Woods was for it to be almost like a wonderland, where you would walk through the woods, get the different stages with a trail that was lit up, and you'll get to see different artists throughout the night. And again, I just think that would have been a great thing if they were able to pull it off. But again, you can't really fight Mother Nature. In the end of the day, we play by her rules. So that is my disclaimer for this, is that though it kind of sucked that we had to pick up and leave, it was a good try, if that makes sense, which is why I do implore people to still try to go to Neon Woods. Again, not to say face per se, but it was dope while we were there. We were there for about, I'll say 6-7 hours. So even with that, it was a pretty cool event just from the time we were there and the time we end up having to leave, just because the people there were really cool. And not to mention the people that Neon Woods was like being set up by, but the other people that was coming, that was camping, etc., they were just there ready to have a good time. And it's just, the beauty of it is the people trying to have a good time. That's essentially what makes Neon Woods so cool. It's a way for you to step out from the usual confines of where raves and parties like this tend to be, and you're able to be out and free. And I think that's the true idea of Neon Woods. So it's definitely a festival feel, definitely on a smaller scale. But again, if we keep supporting and helping out, I could only imagine how big it could be once things really get going. Like I said, we had a pretty good time. The music was bumping. I wasn't able to get to know all the DJs there, only because it was so tight fitted, because so many people came, which again is a good thing. But it wasn't like the other venues where, you know, the DJs were in one place and we were able to speak to them and kind of get an idea about what music they made. It was definitely a shuffle of different guys up there, hitting the tables, having a good time, filling out the party. I got to hear some different beats, to be honest. I was hearing some pretty new and innovative things while being there, so it did kind of suck that I wasn't able to actually like get to know some of the artists there, because me personally, some of that I really enjoyed, and I didn't know who was playing it because I was trying to get as many visuals as possible, not even thinking that we were going to have to leave. Just I felt like there was so much to see. They had a beer pong table, because why not? And it was just again, the vibe was just there. It was like the ultimate college rave party, and again, that for me, right up my alley. As you can see, the weather started to change throughout the night. Things started to get a little rainy, and then finally the promoters had to announce that they were indeed kind of fearful about flooding, so they had to let us know, like, hey, if you want to get out of here without having to take the chance of things flooding out, this will be your time. You have about 30 minutes to get out of here, and a lot of us took it. And then some people by that time kind of was already screwed with where they were parked at. But a lot of people did stay, and they were just, hey man, we're here to have a good time no matter what. And look, I appreciate that. Just, you know, I gotta go home and make a video. So that's where my decision making came from. But yeah, other than that, me and my caravan had a great time. We talked about it all night when we did get home, and yeah, that was pretty much it on my side. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope those who went to Neon Woods enjoyed Neon Woods as well. And yeah, this is Blackbird Senpai out. Peace.
Legend Productions.